Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent black people. DMX, I wanted to give you guys a quick update on DMX. I was doing some research on it today to see how he was doing. Originally, you guys know when I did my conversation the other day, we talked about a lot of different issues with DMX and his life and the things that we can kind of learn to grow from this. But there's also a moment where you have to put that to the side and kind of just talk about what's really going on and hope for the best. It looks to me like things are actually getting worse. DMX, apparently, according to the doctors, he lost a lot of oxygen to the brain. And when you lose a lot of oxygen to your brain, it is very difficult to recover. According to a lot of outlets, his children are being called in I don't know if to say goodbye or just to be by his side. But from what I am reading, it looks to me like he's doing worse. I thought he was doing better. I was hoping he was doing better, but that didn't look like the case. Hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe button. I'm gonna open up another page to kind of see what's in front of me here. In terms of what TMZ saying, TMZ, they love to talk about what's going on with black people and everything else. They basically claim the prognosis is not good. That his kids are flying in. An official statement from his family says that Earl Simmons is DMX's real name, was rushed to the hospital after collapsing at his home. At this time, he remains in ICU in critical condition. This was at 7:25 p.m. Eastern time, so this is last night. And they said Earl has been a warrior his entire life. The situation represents yet another road he must conquer. The rep goes on. The Simmons family appreciates the overwhelming outpouring of heartfelt love, encouragement, support, and prayers for Earl. Earl is someone whose life and music have been a source of inspiration and strength to so many people around the world. It is reassuring to see his fans return that same passion and energy to him during his time of need. Now, the interesting thing is that this was last night. So my hope is that he's better, that maybe he's gotten better today. I know that according to CNN, CNN is saying that he's hospitalized and on life support. Uh, let's see, DMX remains hospitalized and on life support in White Plains, New York. This is from CNN. This is according to his longtime attorney, Murray Richmond. The rapper suffered a heart attack Friday around 11 p.m. at his home in White Plains. We know that part. Richmond said he's known DMX for 25 years and said Saturday evening that he's been in touch with the rapper's family all day. He said he's aware of the rapper's medical prognosis but declined to comment on it. So effectively, it looks to me like maybe what went down here was a result of something called hypoxia. And I looked it up and just kind of did some research on it. I'm not a medical doctor, but basically, when you lose oxygen to your brain, it's a big deal. And effectively, the body and the brain cells are extremely sensitive to oxygen. That literally within 5 minutes of losing oxygen to your brain, you can have severe brain damage. And so some of the symptoms of a lack of oxygen to the brain might be drowning, or things that can cause a lack of oxygen could be drowning, suffocating, heart attack, which I believe that's what happened with DMX, or stroke. Mild symptoms include memory loss and problems with motor function, such as movement. Severe cases can result in seizures and brain death. And again, this is called hypoxia or cerebral hypoxia. According to the National Institutes of Health, brain cells are extremely sensitive to oxygen deprivation and can begin to die within 5 minutes after oxygen supply has been cut off. When hypoxia lasts for longer periods of time, it can cause coma, seizures, and even brain death. Can you recover? They said a full recovery from severe anoxic or hypoxic brain injury is rare, but many patients with mild anoxic and hypoxic brain injuries are capable of making a full or partial recovery. Furthermore, symptoms and effects of injury are dependent on the areas of the brain that were affected by the lack of oxygen. So it's about what part of the brain gets hit the worst. Things that can cause low oxygen to the brain might include drowning or choking or suffocating, etc. So there we go. So there are a few thoughts. The four types of hypoxia are hypemic hypoxia, stagnant hypoxia, hystonic hypoxia, and hypoxic hypoxia. Okay, that's an interesting term. Um, And it's interesting because this oddly enough, it happens actually in a lot of other situations that you may not even be aware of. For some reason, the Federal Aviation Administration gives out warnings about hypoxia for pilots and stuff like that. So this is pretty serious. I guess the drugs are going to do what the drugs are going to do, and I'm not here to really go into DMX and choices and all that. I did a long video about it, and I talked for an hour about this the other day. And feel free, you can go to drboystv.com if you want to hear that perspective. We talked about the history of hip hop, going all the way back to Death Row Records and basically the culture, and choices and how things play out. And DMX's life, his record in terms of the extraordinary artist that he was and how inspirational he was, but also how he was so honest in talking about how his demons have harmed him. He speaks openly about that. He and Mike Tyson, actually. I remember hearing both of them talk about drugs and just how it gets a grip on you. And if I could do anything, if I could do a brain implant into a lot of our young people, I would just have them hear what guys like Tyson and DMX say about drugs. The things that they say should scare you. When they talk about something, they just grabs you so much to the point where it's killing you, it's destroying you, but yet you keep going back to it. That's 100 times. That's the worst toxic relationship you could ever have. Like, that's a toxic relationship times 100. And what's also interesting is that there are other types of addictions that we all have. We talk about soul food and how many millions of Black people die from the food we eat. The Popeyes chicken and the the sugary stuff and the everything else. Diabetes, strokes, heart attacks, all these things come out of not just drugs that they give you, but the food that they feed you. All right. So it's really something to think about. And I hope the brother does well. I hope he recovers. And, I'll keep you guys posted if I see anything or get any unique perspectives on it. And I'll be watching like everybody else. So that's my 2 cents for the day. I'm going to bounce out. Take a second. If you could, please hit the thumbs up button, share button, and subscribe button. And actually, we have the blackbosschannel.com, which is where Black men do all the talking. So if you want to hear from Black men or you are a Black man, go to the Black Boss channel. We got sports. We talk about stocks and bonds. We talk about life, love, and relationships. And we created the Black Boss channel because we believe that Black men need to be heard. So if you agree with that idea, the URL is right there on the screen. So I hope you'll sign up. So hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe button. I'm out of here, guys. Have a good day. I'll see you soon. Peace.
Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm, great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones too late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boy's TV. Here we are.